These are hairstyles black men should never rock in 2024.
Nah, I know one hairstyle black man should never rock. Is that Roscoe Dash, that little mohawk? Yeah, give it up, buddy.
It's
Or
my
like the
mohawk
21st
with
century, honestly, as a whole.
Like a little
back.
mohawk with a fade. Like, look, let me see.
You talking about that shit?
Like just like this, and then
Well, he blonde the sides.
like stuff like this. The Roscoe Dash, he had a fade.
Oh yeah.
Like he had this. And then what is this? He had this, and then he had a face tat. Yeah, no, buddy.
You don't know what he doing with this shit.
Like, just going forward in life, I feel like black men should ban these hairstyles. Let's get right into it. So the first hairstyle is a mohawk slash mullet.
That's what I was just.
This hairstyle does not look good with any hair type, and it's a look that I believe all races should abandon. The only people that can get away with this cut are athletes. Though it doesn't look good, they can just get away with it because it's not stopping them from getting girls. We've seen this look paired with a blonde dyed hair on Odell Beckham, and you may think it's a style that women like because of him, but I can promise you that it's only because he's a naturally good looking guy. You can see that with his new shorter hair, he looks a lot better and more mature. You may find women that prefer the old look, but it's mostly going to be a small percentage filled with young women and teenage girls because, let's be honest, it's a childish look, bro. Cutting his hair definitely made more women appreciate him. Now, don't get me wrong, you can get away with the mullet look if your hair is a lot longer because nobody can tell it's a mullet. Another thing you can do is get a really low taper on the side so it ends up just looking like an afro instead of a mohawk. And there's actual advantages to having the low taper with long hair when it comes to getting styles like locks or cornrows after your hair is grown out. Next, we have high top comb over dreads. Now, when I say this, I'm referring.
Bro, I've never seen nobody in real life wear this stuff. This is all the stuff that be in the games. I never seen somebody actually wear this stuff.
About this short version.
I mean, wear that hairstyle.
It's gonna be a game.
Yeah, that hairstyle be in the games like nowadays.
Jordan, when he played the character.
Gotta be on like your character.
It's gonna be like low-key controversial, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people thought it looked great on him and started trying to rock this hairstyle. You can even see that in the gaming and cartoons.
That's what I told you.
Throwing this style on any black character, male or female. A great example of what not to do is Miles Morales in Spider-Man 2. And there's a few reasons why this doesn't look good on him. One is that he has no facial hair. One of the only reasons this style looked good on Killmonger is due to the fact that he has a good amount of facial hair. Miles Morales' clean shaven look paired with the wormy looking dreads.
Bruh.
Facial do make you look more like
not a style anyone should be rocking, and I can promise you that 90% of you guys cannot pull this off. Next, we have the flat high top fade or
Nobody's wearing
when
this,
I think
buddy.
of this look, I immediately think of the character Fresh from Subway Surfers. I want to just ask y'all, does anyone look at this style
Fresh from
and
Subway
it actually looks
Surfers.
fresh? I'm sure none of you guys have ever looked at that character and thought to yourself, I'm gonna go to the barber and get that done next time. Or maybe some of y'all have. If you have, maybe you should be ashamed of yourself.
You ever got that haircut? It's crazy. I ain't gonna
Some of y'all probably
lie.
saying that
You know how much precision you gotta have to cut that?
I've seen some people rocking this.
But what the lad,
Like,
juice
there's no
box.
face shape that can get away with rocking this style. It gives your head a boxy look. And if you have a more oval or long face, this hairstyle literally is your worst enemy because
Probably back then when you was a kid. I mean, back then in the 90s, I mean 80s.
Complete waste of time.
Then you put a
It doesn't
dye
look
in that
good anymore.
too?
So like maintaining this, you're literally just wasting time. Whoever created
They
this
can really
style was
rock
literally
that
saying,
shit.
Cause you just, bro, you know how hard it is to maintain
I
that?
don't think it will ever be done. And I'm not gonna
Cause
lie,
you gotta go to
When
sleep.
you go to sleep.
find someone
I'm glad when you go to
else
sleep,
with
that
this
shit
style,
was
and I
weird.
literally couldn't, so just stay away from this one. Next, now before I even get into this, I know the whole light skin community is gonna hate me for adding this one, but I have to put finger coils in here, bro. Finger coils is not it. This is gonna be a controversial one.
I've never seen nobody wear
They're
that.
just not tough. I've seen a lot of people rocking this style just because they have the hair that allows
Finger
them to do so.
coils.
And I'm actually guilty of this myself, so I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I have looser curls, and there was a time where I was rocking finger coils, but I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look that good. I haven't seen anyone rock this without it looking kind of feminine, like a little zesty, I'm not gonna lie. And studies show that women like hairstyles that seem well taken care of, but not too well taken care of. You literally can't avoid looking too well taken care of with finger coils because it's a style that women get as well. So they
That's not
know
like,
hours it took
yeah, I don't see that, man.
to get your hair to look like that. So it's no surprise that it's just not a good look and it's not that attractive to women. I also feel like it's a style that's like for very young guys, like early to mid-teens type of style. If you do rock it, you definitely shouldn't be rocking it into your adulthood. You're a teenager, bro, you wanna just experiment. Go ahead, you most likely will only attract young girls. I also forgot to mention this style takes hella long to do, and for such mid and zesty results, it lasts for like 3 days, unless you sleep sitting up and like you like take care of it crazy, do rag, bonnet, like you gotta be really like maintaining it, and it's still gonna get frizzy like after, I'm gonna say 3 days max. Yeah, don't rock this. Next is any hair with slits or designs, and I wasn't gonna put this one in at first, but
Yeah, that's like the back in the 2000s.
but more like something.
But I think Drake did it like
Honestly, I just feel like it's
for what was it?
done, and I don't think it's
Certified Lover Boy.
If anything, it's taking away from the haircut. If you go minimal with this, it can actually look good. Like if you do a little slit on the side or something, it's not too crazy. But if you know, go and do like all the fancy stuff that they like to do in Brazil, or like you want to get the little Drake heart and stuff, like it's corny, bro.
Now if I see a nigga walk around with a heart shaped part, yeah, he's done for. Yeah.
Down with Drake. Do not.
You literally can't talk shit to me no more.
Next we have
Drake did.
Well, at all. Well, it's Drake. Drake got money. You can't talk shit about a nigga that got more money than you. Cause you just keep it with one joke.
Paired with high top locks. Now this combination is one of the worst combinations I've ever seen in the lock community. The high taper is already bad enough, and when I say high taper, I'm talking about the
he's spraying a mess out his hair. Look.
Now this combination is one of the worst combinations I've ever seen in the lock community.
Look,
the high taper is already bad.
Said, fuck it, no card.
When I say high taper, I'm talking about the high front taper. But when you pair it with a high top locks, it's just a bad look. This look gives the illusion of a gigantic forehead and a pushed back appearance. And it's quite ironic because the main reason that people get such large like front tapers is to prevent hair loss. So if you're worried about losing your hair, just don't get a style that pulls on your hairline, especially if you already have a big forehead. The least you could do is get a small taper, and if you get locks, you shouldn't be getting high top locks anyway, whether it's short or long. If you want to fade on the side while having locks, get a low or mid taper, you know. And I also wouldn't recommend you taper the back too crazy. Just, you know, get a low taper in the back because you want to take advantage of all the hair you have on your head. Full locks just look better than high top locks, and women already have expressed their dislike towards high top locks, so I think we should stop doing these in 2024 and going forward in life. Next is a very high fade with braids. This is another style that women have expressed dislike towards. It's possible to get away with this style if you have a beard or good facial structure, but it seems to be very
I don't be seeing this a lot.
I think should die. The only person
when I see niggas, I be seeing niggas with regular cuts. Like it's either dreads or a fade or
whatever, to be like, if you can't braid, drop the follow, let's go, whatever. That's the only person who's still, you know, handing out this style in masses, which is crazy. If you know how to braid, hit that motherfucker. Let's go! Like he's low-key doing a disservice to people. I'm not just hating on this style just to hate. It's practically not a good style. Once you take the braids out, you have no option but to have some type of high fade, which is one of the other styles we just covered like earlier. And a regular high fade with short hair looks just way better than high top braids. And it's better for your hairline if you're someone who's worried about hair loss. If you have a big forehead or something, just get a low cut. It's gonna look better. Get waves or something. If you want braids, it'll look a lot better if you just get a low or mid taper fade and maybe a small taper in the back. It'll make it a more versatile. Braids out. You're not gonna be stuck with high top anything. Like a high top.
Would you get braids down?
You don't want to get high tops, just in general, unless it's the low. Next we have wigs. I think everyone.
I feel like my head too big for braids.
Besides hood dudes from Florida, but wigs are not it. No girls attracted to them besides probably hood girls from Florida.
I was about to say hood girls for that shit.
Get away with it because, I mean, groupies be going for anything. Essentially, it just narrows your dating pool. Like, rocking wigs significantly goes against the idea of what I preach on this channel. I'm trying to teach y'all how to broaden your dating pool. But wigs are just not as...
And that shit right there, hell no.
Rock and, like, pull off. Like, it looked tough. Like, I've seen people have clean wigs where they have parts in there and stuff, and it looks kind of decent, but it just doesn't look good. It's kind of outrageous. Like, it makes you an immediate target for the police, and it's a confirmed job repellent. People will definitely look at you a certain way if you have this style. And I don't blame them. It's not a clean looking style in general, and even if it's well maintained with the lineup and everything, it still looks a little bit goofy. Not to mention, this style fits absolutely no type of face shape. And speaking of face shape, here's a video I made about how to find your hairstyle based on your face shape. And here's another video.
Nah. I don't need all that. I don't need, yeah. Let's see, we watch this.